Good morning. Let's take a look at what happened in our garden over the evening. So my bird feeder fell. Well, wanted to give you all an update, a little bit of what's going on in the garden. So our green onions are flowering. Fun fact about the green onions: if you are like me and you're trying to recycle onions from a store-bought onion, something that I recently learned is when they flower, it's pretty much the end of its life. When they flower, obviously you can let it go to seed, but the onion now tastes different. And this is because it already went through a hot period before hitting your grocery store, where they were likely on the shelf cold. You probably put them in your fridge when you got home, and then when you're planting them out in the garden. In nature, the onion goes through the cold period, and then that's when it knows that it's time to start flowering the following season. So in a sense, this onion thinks that it's the following season. So that's why it's flowering, and that's why it's kind of changed. I'm going to let these ones go to seed, and I'm going to collect their seeds. These are some bird-eye chilies, or Thai chilies, depending on where you come from in the world. They were getting moldy, and I buried them and said, you know what, let's see what goes on. So I've got a whole bunch of little Thai chilies growing here. I don't care about the spacing on those, honestly. We'll see what happens. It's just an experiment. Got some tomatoes, about a lot of different varieties. As it stands right now, I have close to 12 plants in my garden, maybe more. I'm gonna get more though. A little tomato. This is a Better Boy tomato, so it should get pretty big. Another pairing. Y'all, I am not a tomato expert by any means, so if y'all have any tips for me, post them in the comment section. Looks like I got 4 hanging tomatoes already. Got actually 4 down there, 5. And I got 1, 2, 7. Not bad. I'll take it. I hung up a bird feeder that fell. I don't think I hammered it into the ground very good. There's just some peppers. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with these guys. I'll have to look up some information. This one's got a pepper coming off of it. That's exciting. Jalapeno. Ooh, got another pepper. This is going to be a Big Bertha. Beautiful. More tomatoes. These ones are younger than the other ones I just showed you, so I'm not going to have a ton of fruit on these guys yet, but I do have some here. Look at that. I'll take it. This one too. Y'all, I am excited about tomatoes. I am not going to lie about that. So here's something new. You remember how I had that solarization tarp kind of going on? So I planted a bunch of things in here last night. In the middle of the night, I had posted something in a local Facebook group that I'm in about getting ready for some Three Sisters. So Three Sisters is a form of indigenous gardening where you're planting corn with some companion plants like zucchini, pole beans, sunflowers. So I went along that route. I've got some sweet corn in here. with some kabocha squash, actually. And then somewhere over here I've got some sorghum, also known as broom corn. I got some blue hopi over here, and then I've got some Indian corn. The goal is to, honestly, this year is just a trial run for everything. And then I've got some zucchinis in here, and I'll be planting some beans later on. But I've also got some sunflowers along the edges. And then, guys, I am trying watermelon for the first time ever, honestly. Well, most of this is honestly first time. Tomatoes is something I've grown before successfully, but you know, tomatoes is kind of like the gateway plant of gardening, honestly. But yeah, I got some sunflower varieties up in here. And let me show you our raised bed gardens. So first of all, if you ever see this plant come up, let it go. Just let it go. That is a common sunflower. A lot of people recognize them as weeds, but while that's partly true, I am stoked to let them just go. They don't produce big heads of sunflowers, but they're good. All right, let's see if anyone can guess what these guys are. That one's going to flower. These are daikon radishes. I had pulled up my biggest one yesterday and it was kind of tiny. And the mistake that I made was I didn't give it a consistent amount of water. I let the soil dry out. And if you want good, big daikons, that is the key. Is good, consistent, damp soil. Volunteer peppers. I don't know which kind yet. I'm assuming bell peppers. That's from trenching, y'all. I've got a volunteer tomato plant. I'm really excited about that guy. But I'm gonna have to pull him up. And it's because of this pile right here. Now, I had another volunteer plant and I buried it, and it's gonna do super well. And I wanna hear your guesses on what that volunteer plant could be. If you said potatoes, you're correct. You don't want to plant your potatoes next to tomatoes because they often carry a virus, or sorry, excuse me, bacteria, mold, some other issues. My sugar snap peas are doing good. I set up this kind of trellis of sorts, this string trellis. First time growing snow peas from seed, especially. So we'll see what we get. We got some pods going on this one vine alone. I'm counting 3 pods. Some new flowers too. Hopefully this goes good. Oh, that one's got bugs. Y'all, I didn't hang these in time. So that one's got bugs. No big deal. Gotta feed the environment too. Soil's gotta be healthy. Ooh, that one's got a lot. Y'all see that? It's got 5. Alright, what else we got growing in the garden? Okay, this one has similar leaves to the daikon. It's because it's a type of radish. Got some radishes going on here. Can't see anything at the base yet. That's okay. I'm probably ready to pull, honestly, but these flowers are so pretty. I don't know. Right next to it, some carrots. Yep. Those are looking good. Here's my beets. Yeah, I pulled up this beet a little too early and then I put it back in the ground to see if I can let it grow a little bit more. But you see how this one has the top coming out of the ground? That's usually a sign to pull it. But I think I did had the same problem with beets that I did with the daikon where I didn't give it consistent moisture. Yeah, check out these mushrooms. Obviously I can't eat these, but at least I don't think so. But they're breaking down some stuff that I either had buried, or they're breaking down some organic material onto the ground, and they're giving our soil some much needed nutrients. Y'all, my romaine, they're looking pretty good. I cut off a romaine head the other day. First thing that I harvested from this little backyard garden of ours. Super excited. Yeah, my onions sucked. Not gonna lie. They straight up sucked. But I've got at least one top here that looks like it's gonna do okay. That's that one right there. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I planted too late. Maybe we had too hot of a winter and spring. But pretty excited, guys. Truthfully, I'm gonna be growing some things from seed today. Gonna be planting some basil, some Lisbon onions, some bunch onions, and some parsley with my tomatoes, so we can try and get rid of some hornworm, or sorry, not get rid of it, but prevent some hornworm, and preventing aphids and thripe, and just a bunch of things that a lot of gardeners have problems with. I'm gonna do some companion planting and see what's up. Also, onions will improve the flavor of your tomatoes, so that's exciting. We'll see how this works, guys. Wish me luck. Follow along.